Hello, and welcome to My Spiritual Sanctuary. My name is Sandra. How are you? Welcome in to the energy for my metal elements. And if you were born in the year of the rooster or the monkey, you're in the right place. Now, also, you may have rooster or monkey in your month, day, and year. However, we don't know until we do your chart. So if you're looking for a private reading, we can go deeper and get real specific. And all that information is below. So please feel free to email me or click on the My Spiritual Sanctuary private Facebook group or my link for logging into my mailing list, okay? And we'll get you started with that. Now today what we'll be doing is a general reading for the metal elements for July of 2020. And so if you do have the year is based on your year, if you were born in the year of the monkey or the rooster, then you do have metal in your chart, okay? And it could be yang metal or yin metal, depending on the year you were born. But it doesn't matter because this reading is going to be for you because you do have metal in your chart. So let's get started with the planetary aspects of what's coming up for the month of July. If you haven't listened to my previous video from last Friday, I did a forecast for July, and it goes deeper into the astrological influences that are coming up and the corresponding influences based on a general chart for everybody. So let me just briefly go over that in case you haven't seen that. So coming up, we are in from July 6th to August 5th. We will be going into the month of the yin water goat, okay, the yin water goat. And then we are in 2020 of the year of the metal rat, okay. So what does that mean? Okay, so the energy influences are changing. The metal rat is metal and water, and the water goat is going to be water and earth. And so what happens when you combine water and earth together? You kind of get like mud, right? So cloudy thinking, and we may not be we may be in confusion. We may not have a lot of clarity coming up for this month of July. Okay, so it's important that we don't move too fast. We think things through, and we are also in Mercury retrograde. We went into Mercury retrograde, and that was June 18th. We will be in Mercury retrograde until July 12th. That is in Cancer, the water element. So that is all about feelings, home, security, all those things that are in the water element feature, like our feelings, our intuition is at the heightened part of the month. Now, during Mercury retrograde, what we want to do is we want to review, re-look at things. It's not a real good time to start anything brand new, but it's time to revisit, renew, revise, re-look at, reanalyze, reinvent yourself, realign, all of those things, redoing. So as I had to redo your video yesterday because it didn't come out clear enough. So anyways, it's a lot of that going on right now. Communication is key. So during Mercury retrograde, you may have a little bit of problems communicating what you're really trying to say to somebody. Communication through internet, telephone, anything electronic may be cut short or be skewed in some sense of matter. So patience, again, patience is required during this time and not moving too fast. Now, after July 12th, we're in the post-shadow period till July 26th. So even though it does go direct July 12th, there is a little lasting effect until the 26th of July. But by then, after the 26th, we should be totally out of that period. But we will be in the month of the yin water goat from July 6th to August 5th. Now, just a reminder to go slow, take your time. You may, be easily angered at this time. You may have some quarrels and things like that because the energy is unsettling. It's unclear. So just a little note that you might want to watch that, okay? So that's kind of the influences we have going on right now and coming up. We also have the new moon coming up on July 20th. That will also be in Cancer, so more, family and security, home, and also the new moon in Cancer on the 20th will be at 28 degrees. It's almost the last degree. 30 is the last degree of the zodiac. So you may feel a sense of urgency, like you want to rush things or push things forward, force things forward. And my advice is don't make any rash decisions. Make sure you're doing your meditations so that you're in direct contact with the divine. You have the Puranic tube to the divine source coming through the 7th chakra, aligning with the 6th chakra, your third eye, intuition. The 5th chakra is your speech, how you talk. 3rd chakra is heart and mind. We want to bring those together. Then the 3rd chakra is your personal power, the solar plexus. 2nd chakra is going to be affected during this time, which is your these are the organs that are going in body parts that will be affected the most. The stomach and the digestive system, the ovaries, the womb, vagina, your breast, the breastbone, and the lymphatic system during this time will be more sensitive than normal. You want to make sure that it's also intestinal things, mucus. So you want to make sure you're taking your digestive enzymes, for proper elimination. Now, they oftentimes will say that the intestines are the lower part of the brain. So you want to make sure that's clear as well, because during this unsettling time, we want to do as much work as we can on the physical so that the emotional and mental and the spiritual part of our bodies is clear. Okay, so we are receiving direct information. Now, also the abdomen membrane covers the abdominal organs. So everything in the 2nd chakra is going to be affected, okay? And then we have the root chakra, is chakra number 1, which connects us to the earth. So we want to be well grounded during this time so that we can move forward in the most profound way possible, okay? So also we do have some Feng Shui influences, which I'm going to just briefly go over. The good rooms for the month of the July 6th through August 5th, the yin water goat. The directions that are most auspicious to be in or have a front door or any major activities will be south, southwest, northwest, north, northeast, and southeast, okay? Now, avoid the west and the east this month. Homes that are on the east-west axis are not going to have the beneficial energies coming through that. So if you have an east or a west-facing door, you want to give me a call and get a consultation, because there are remedies, adjustments, cures that we can do to fix that, okay? So that the energy is flowing in a more efficient manner. So we're bringing positive chi into our homes, and we're not bringing in anything that may be in a negative way, negative influence, okay? So that's just brief. If you want a more detailed consultation, my information's below. I'm more than happy to get you an appointment. I can do everything remotely. It doesn't matter where you are in the world. All I need is your floor plan, some photographs, your date of birth, your information on everyone in the household, and I can do a full consultation for you, okay? Now, one of the things that I used to do during my soul element readings was I would talk about the daily influences and what, was coming up for that particular day. But I'm doing a whole month overview here. So, and now what I'm doing is I'm taking each day on an individual day level. So if you're interested to get a daily reading, then what I would suggest is that you just, again, connect with me through Facebook on my private group, or also opt in to my mailing list, okay? And I will be happy to share those with you on a daily basis, because they're starting to get very detailed as we're, moving through these eclipses. And, we have another eclipse coming up on July 4th and 5th, depending on where you are in the world. So I'm in the East Coast, so here it'll be at 12:44 a.m. So on the Pacific Coast, it'll be on the 4th, through the fireworks. So it'll be a full moon in Capricorn combined with the lunar eclipse. So once again, this is the third eclipse in the, sequence of 1, 2, 3. It's the third. And so that solar eclipse we just had was pretty powerful, and we're going to be feeling the effects of that for the next 6 months as we move along. And this one is not as powerful as that one, but a lot of times we don't always have 3 eclipses in a row. Normally we only have 2. So this year the energy is more powerful, and especially since we have Mars in Aries, combined with the water goat with the metal rat, that's a lot of unrest. And let's just say it's not going to be smooth sailing through July, okay? And as we know, with the COVID virus and everything that's been going on, there has been a lot of, people's lives are being just uprooted, changing. Our whole structure is changing. And I talked about that in my last video from last Friday. So what do we do with all of these changes? Well, let's go and let's find out. I consulted the I Ching for you metal elements, and the I Ching gave me some great advice for you. As always, I always connect with the I Ching on everything I do. This is the Book of Changes and the Unchanging Truth. It's about 4,000-year-old wisdom from the ages, and it is something that never changes. So it's a great place to get grounded when you have that, those questions come up. So for you metal elements, what the advice is, I received hexagram 34, great strength. So when great strength is correctly applied, it is a good thing. And we will all need our great strength during the month of July. So the goat has stubbornness over abundant strength. So we want to go to a gentle heart, okay? So when wishing to obtain additional information, one should be still and not exalt one's knowledge. Benefit is obtained through quiet humility. Power may also be acquired in this manner. Applying the principle of naturalness is more effective than forcing the situation, okay? So a lot of times the goat will exhibit an act of stubbornness and, with the horns hitting against the wall. You don't want to do that this month. You want to have a gentle heart, principle of righteousness. Do not make any hasty or impulsive movements. Those can be damaging to you. You'll have a choice of acting like a goat or a wise human being. And I suggest you take the wisdom route through all of this, okay? So, those of self-development do not display their strength and create a dangerous environment. So just remember that, okay? And then there's always a changing line with the I Ching. That's what you're going to start with, is hexagram 34, which is thunder over heaven. And then it changes to Thunder Over Lake. It's hexagram 54. And it talks about the feminine side of our, we all have a masculine and feminine side of our being and beingness. And when we are in our masculine side, we exhibit a lot of action and fire and drive and forcefulness, okay? That's the Mars and Aries. However, when we're in our feminine side, then we're exhibiting receptiveness, sitting back, being in stillness, as it says, practicing quiet humility. So what the advice is, it's actually the marriage hexagram, and it says, feminines maintain their dignity as well as their feminine virtues that distinguish her from a man. Not a good match, so wait for a better opportunity, and that could mean even a job, it could be a relationship, it could be anything that you're seeking outside of yourself. So what it's telling you is don't make any rash decisions, don't make any hasty decisions until after the 26th of July when Mercury goes out of retrograde and we have our more clarity of thought. And suffering results in rushing into marriage. So do not marry, and that can mean a marriage of a business, a marriage of employment, a marriage to a person, a marriage of even starting something new, okay? So like I said, it's all looking like the energy that we're receiving from this is sit back, relax, don't be too hasty moving forward, okay? And be receptive. And it says, one should now gather and use all one's strength. This opportunity must be seized and not wasted. Okay, and the strength of great might must be an expression of righteousness, not aggression. So remember that during this time, okay? So that's just a little bit of advice, metal elements for you from the Tao Te Ching. And like I said, it's a book of great wisdom. So if you're interested in knowing more about that, just put it in the comments, and then I'll definitely make sure that you find out more about the I Ching. Now, what we're going to do today is something a little different with the cards. I know last time I pulled the angel cards, but what I've decided and what I've been guided to do today is I'm going to be, I already picked 3 cards. I shuffled them really well, and I asked the divine what the message was for you, metal elements. And this is the Akashic Tarot Guidebook, and it's from Sharon Ann Klinger and Sandra Ann Taylor. Okay, and I've been using these Akashic Record Tarot is because I've found them to be very profound in the messages that they're bringing forth. And it brings up from your unconscious mind the Akashic records for you to connect with and get your guidance and your messages. So card number 1 is ADSUM, ADSUM, and it is the 22. And what that is, the number of this 22 card in the original tarot deck, the Rider-Waite, is the Fool, okay? And I'll be going over what that is. So let me just read that to you so you get the full impact of that card. And that's number 22. ADSUM, ADSUM. A candle casts light on an open book held by a young woman sitting at a desk. Her eyes are drawn to the side, as if she were distracted from her reading by a curious thought or someone nearby. She is surrounded by several people, many of whom are somewhat translucent and glowing. An angel bends and whispers, "ADSUM, I arrive. I am here. I attend to you." ADSUM is a single word that has many, many meanings. First, it affirms your own strength and focus in the present. You can use it as a command word, whether you find yourself distracted from what is at hand. Say, "ADSUM, I am here," and feel yourself attend to the situation or person before you. This word also declares your arrival at your goals and all your wishes coming true. Say, add some, I arrive, and take a moment to see yourself reaching your goals. Absolutely. Whatever you get this card, know that you're on your way to the results that you seek with the help of others and the glorious help of Spirit. This card also reminds you to be assured that no matter what's happening in your life, Spirit is always here for you. They reach out to you, sharing their light and power and serving you in every way, from the least to the highest, from grandma to the divine, an eternal community attends you. Say, add some and take some time to attend them too. You can act on your promise to God as Spirit lifts you upon their shoulders. You are present for each other, and together you arrive at your dreams. So go ahead and just close your eyes real briefly and sense all your spirit guides gathering together. Take a deep breath and feel the words add some. I arrive inside you. The divine stands next to you as you arrive at your highest dream, and see it now. Okay. Next, we have the Oracle of Delphi, or Delphi. Very profound. It's number 1 in the major arcana. It is the Magician card in the original tarot. And this one says, the Pythia, or the priestess at Delphi, sits upon a high 3-legged seat. Steam gently rises from a small fissure in the ground. Nearby, a robed priest prepares to write upon an open scroll. While the Pythia psychically receives the perceptions from Apollo, it is the priest who interprets her pronouncements. In this, we see 2 important keys in psychic experience: perception and interpretation. When you receive this card, you're in a time of great insight and psychic power. Even if you don't recognize it yet, it lies very close to your consciousness because you have used this gift in so many past lives. You may get images or feelings without knowing how to interpret them. Take notes as you practice both your psychic perceptions and their interpretations. Just as they gave the Oracle of Delphi a profound awareness, your psychic perceptions and their interpretations give you a powerful insight and an Akashic vision of the world. Now, close your eyes and go within. Feel your psychic energy growing within you, expanding upward from the very depths of your being. Now notice the first thing that you sense. That's not your imagination. Okay, Oracle of Delphi. One more card we have for you, the Willow. It's called the 2 of Forces. The Willow. The 2 of Forces is the 2 of air and the tarot. So that would be the 2 of air would be the 2 of Swords. And it oftentimes is a decision card, that you're making a decision. So let's see, the willow is a big, beautiful willow tree. It stands in the summer sun. This stately tree is strong and flexible, and this card upright is telling you that you are too. The willow spreads its roots deep and wide, creating a strong foundation that is capable of standing up to anything. Now is the time for you to stand tall and feel the support of the earth beneath your feet. This card indicates a time of calm, so enjoy the peaceful energy now. It also signifies a time of power, perfect for reinforcing your foundation in your work, in your family, in your spirit, and in the depth of your belief in yourself. Just like the willow, you have a peaceful strength drawn from the waters of your soul, extending through all of eternity. Stand confidently in your truth. Take the actions that support the growth of all things wonderful in your life, and know that you are powerful. Now take a deep breath and feel yourself plant energetic roots through the bottom of your feet, moving down to the very depths of the earth and tapping those resources that you need. Notice the strength that you feel rising up from this profound source of energy. Beautiful. Those are perfect cards for the Cancer influences that we're going through right now. Okay. We'll see that one there so you can see it. All right, so moving right along, I have chosen 3 decks to use today. The first one is the Angel's Daily Guidance, which I've used that one in the past. And that's the daily guidance from your angels. That's from Doreen Virtue. Okay. And then I'm going to pick 3 cards from that for us. And then next I will be using the Romance Angel Oracle cards so we can get a love reading on what's coming up for you. That's also by Doreen Virtue. And last but not least, this is for your business or your occupation. We'll be using T. Harv Eker's Secrets of the Millionaire Mind. I love these cards for my insights for my business. We'll be using those. And we'll be taking 3 of each card, and then we'll be looking at the messages for those. All right. So, Divine Spirit, what message do we have from our Divine Angels today? That one wanted to come out. Giving and receiving. Oh, trustworthy guidance. And creative project. Okay. Giving and receiving is our first card today. Divine guidance from our angels. It says the entire universe operates in cycles similar to your inhalations and exhalations. And when you only exhale, give, or only inhale, receive, you become out of rhythm with the universe. For optimal health, energy, and replenishment, balance each inhalation in your life with an exhalation. And that's even in your meditations. We breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth when we're doing our breath work and we're going into meditation and prayer. The next one is our trustworthy guidance. Trustworthy guidance. You've received a wonderful idea as an answer to your prayers, and this idea is real and trustworthy. You can safely move forward with it, knowing that we are with you every step of the way. Ask for and be open to receiving our support for anything that you need related to this idea. Trustworthy guidance. And that also makes me feel good because it tells me that I'm giving you the guidance that you need here today, metal elements, okay? And last but not least, we have creative project. So you may be working on a creative project. Your soul longs to express itself in creative ways, and we're guiding you to infuse artistry and creativity in your life. Creative expression makes you feel alive and excited and reignites passion towards your life. Okay. So important right now because as the result of our disruption with the COVID virus, we've all had to change our structures. And we're being asked by the universe to tap into our creative minds now and create things that maybe we wouldn't have done in the past, because that's what the universe is asking us to do so that we can move forward through these challenges in 2020. All right, let's see what love guidance we have for you guys today. Okay, card number 1 is forgiving and learning. As you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moment. Forgiveness and learning. We're all supposed to be learning and forgiving right now. So forgiveness doesn't mean that you have to relive or re-talk to the person or be in that energy again. It just means that you are no longer willing to carry that poison within you. Okay, that's only going to hurt you. It's like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. Okay, it doesn't happen that way. So we forgive ourselves first, okay, and then as we forgive ourselves, we forgive others. And we learn through that process. It's all about the lessons, the soul lessons that we're learning through it. And if we finally learn the lesson, we don't have to revisit it anymore. We can move on to a higher level through the ascension process. And I've been really going through ascension, as everybody else has, and we are moving higher onto that spiral, closer to the divine. And with that comes different lessons and different soul lessons that we had decided we wanted to do prior to coming into physical form. And just know that you're always on that path of learning and forgiving. Okay, all right, so you may, here's another one, worth waiting for. So as I said, what the I Ching told us was, don't rush into a relationship too hastily during this period in July. It's worth waiting for. If it's meant for you, it'll be for you. Nothing can take it away, okay? That's one of the things you need to remember. What is divinely orchestrated for you will always be for you. And no matter what, there's no obstacles that can come in the way. So it's worth waiting for. It's worth just sitting back, being in that feminine side, the receptive side, and allowing God to do the magic. Okay, so divine timing is at work in your love life. Just remember, divine timing is at work in your love life. And last we have, you deserve love. We all deserve love. You are lovable. Remember that. You are lovable. You deserve love. However, it begins with self-love. Loving yourself enough to give yourself what you need. When you have everything you need and your cup runneth over, then you have more to give others. So just know you deserve love, and no matter what, you are lovable. Wonderful. All right. So that's our love messages for the month of July. And then let's take a look and see what the business cards say, or your employment and commerce, your pentacles. The pentacles are the money aspect of your life, finances, networks, all of that go with making a living. Believe that you are enough. If you believe that you're not enough, you'll validate that belief and create the reality that you don't have enough. But if you believe that you're more than enough, you'll create more than enough of every part of your life. So that's very interesting, because if you watch my video from last Friday, when I talk about the solar eclipse and spirituality, and it's my Feng Shui Friday series, one of the key words for the solar eclipse in the month of July and the next 6 months moving forward is, I am enough. I am enough. Not am I enough. No, I am enough. So believe it. Believe that you're enough, no matter what you're experiencing. Okay, Spirit, what is next? Practice being a good receiver. Rich people are excellent receivers. Poor people are not. Poor people don't believe that they're worthy of receiving. Rich people do. Okay? And we're not trying to label anybody, but to be in the flow, you have to be able to receive and not give all the time. Being willing to receive is an art form all in itself. I am worthy to receive. I deserve to receive. So practice that. Being a good receiver this month, okay? And that's really coincides with our message from the I Ching as well. Being in that feminine energy, the yin energy, is being receptive and just sitting back and allowing the universe and the flow of life to bring you what you deserve. Stretch your comfort zone. This came out yesterday when I did the reading that I deleted. So, strong message here for all of us. We are all out of our comfort zone right now, aren't we? With this whole COVID thing. Your comfort zone is in direct proportion to your money zone. Be willing to do what's uncomfortable. It's the only time you're growing. And just know that when you're being asked to do something that stretches outside your comfort zone, that it's bringing you closer to your soul purpose, okay? It's evolving you and ascending you to a higher level, even though it may not look like it at the time. You have to know and trust. That's when trust comes into play. Have trust and faith that everything is divinely orchestrated, and it always works out for the greater good of all, no matter what. No matter what, even though it may not look like it at the time. I think if you would think back about, your life and how things have flowed for you, sometimes the greatest challenges have brought the best things to you in life, or put you on a path that was a little different than the way you were going. And it almost acts sometimes like a course correction, where it takes you to where you need to be is where you would end up, and that would not be in your best interest. So stretch your comfort zone and allow, just allow. So that's all I have for you today, metal elements. And again, if you want a private reading and you want me to go deep with you on an individual basis, or you're looking for a Feng Shui consult, I'm always available. All my information is below. And till we meet again, love, light, and blessings to you. Namaste, my friends.